So it was such a great pregnancy. I was super sweet.
Her attitude was terrible this time.
Oh, this time, let me tell you. Sometimes I'd have to come in and throw a hanky in before walking in the door because I didn't know which Tuesday I was going to meet that day.
I had overactive salivary glands, but I worked it out and everybody was really supportive.
The spit cup was the worst. She had me trying to hand it to her, and
Oh my God, the overactive salivary gland.
I rarely snapped on anybody.
her attitude was worse this time due to the fact she had a toddler. Is he a toddler yet?
Yeah, he's a toddler.
Because he seems like a
Terrible
grown
too.
he seems like a grown man. I don't even know if I can call him a toddler.
I mean, everybody was getting it. Don't say this to me. Don't do that. I didn't say this. I said that.
My pregnancy, my story. Let me tell you how it all really went down.
Hey, today. Hey, today is Thursday. Are you ready? I said, hey. Hey, today is Thursday.
First friends, then wives.
Now moms. Hey, today. Follow us on our journey. Hey, today. Hey, today is Thursday. Are you ready? I said, hey. Hey, today is Thursday.
Dre Fresh killing the beat. Dre Fresh killing the beat. Dre Fresh killing the beat.
So this pregnancy was really interesting. It was a very emotional pregnancy. It was so much going on in the world. And this is starting from the beginning. I mean, I found out I was pregnant. I verified my pregnancy and I didn't see a doctor for 3 whole months. For 3 whole months due to COVID. I mean, everything was really new. I don't think they had a whole lot of things worked out. I think doctors were taking leave of absences and they were really short on staff. It was so much going on. But that doesn't negate how I was feeling. As a pregnant woman that already had hormones and already had stuff going on, I just felt really neglected. I felt alone through a lot of that process. And I was already really sick, so it didn't make for a good first 3 months. I mean, I was sicker than I was the first time. And the last pregnancy, I felt so taken care of, and I felt like my doctors were accessible, and I felt like they cared, and all of these things. And I guess because of what was going on, that kind of shifted a little bit. And so this time, I didn't know what was going on with my body. I know I did not feel the same way that I felt the first time. And I wanted to make sure that everything was okay. I didn't know how far along I was. People were asking me, and for 3 whole months, I had no clue. I finally got in there, and there was this big rush because there are tests that you need to take during your first trimester and second trimester to help you to catch different abnormalities, to see if you have any abnormalities in your pregnancy. And because I hadn't gone to the doctor in 3 months, that time period, the first trimester time period, was like this. So now they're in a hurry trying to get stuff done when I had been calling for 3 months saying, do you guys have any cancellations? Is this normal? Why can't I come in to see the doctor? And they wouldn't allow me in. And so now it's this big rush. So I get the test and I get tested for some other things. And in a month, they're telling me I'm going to have a phone visit. I'm like, a phone visit? So I literally had to break down in the doctor's office that first, I had to break down in the doctor's office that first visit because I'm like, I have not been able to see my baby. The first time I got an ultrasound so that we could even tell how far along I am. You're telling me this is just an intake appointment in 3 months? That's crazy. So she ended up saying, well, I'll give you an unofficial ultrasound just so that you can see the baby. We do that. But of course, it took me to totally break down. And then at that point, they were trying to tell me that my husband could not come to my visits with me due to COVID. And I had to throw a big fit about that. But that first visit, he wasn't there because they had told me he couldn't come. So we're on FaceTime and I'm trying to look at the ultrasound and see what's going on. And she's looking, and then she has this look on her face. She goes and gets somebody else and come back, and they're like kind of whispering. So of course my heart is like beating really fast. And then she says, yeah, so there's another sac here and another membrane. So there was another baby, but the other baby didn't make it. So I was very sad. I mean, that was like a gut punch. I knew that something was different about this pregnancy. I knew that my stomach felt like it was growing bigger and faster than before. And I knew that I was sicker. I was so sick. And that was a little bit different than before. So she was busy trying to tell me how common that is for, there to be multiple babies, and then, one doesn't make it. And the only reason they knew it was another baby because there was another sac and a membrane, but the baby, I guess, had passed through at some point within the 3 months. And so it was really sad. It was a tough pill to swallow. I didn't even want to talk about it much, period. Like I think I spent that whole day talking to people who had inquired whether it was twins and just telling them that it wasn't, so that I did not have to talk about it anymore. Like I wanted to get that part out the way and then not talk about it anymore. It was difficult because some of my friends have suffered loss, losing babies. And I know you guys are privy to Jasmine losing a baby later on in her pregnancy. And so I didn't want them to even think that I was comparing the two, or that I was trying to say that I related to losing a baby that late in my pregnancy, because it was a baby that I didn't even know about. And so I started looking at the brighter side of things, saying, well, maybe it's a good thing I didn't see the doctor for 3 months, because if I would have been relishing in the fact that I'm having twins, I would have been that more disappointed if the other baby didn't make it. And I'm also a firm believer in, everything happening for a reason. So I just decided to, turn whatever sadness around, because on the flip side of it, there was an empty sac there, but the other sac, there was a thriving, now we know, little girl that was doing cartwheels in her sac. She was moving around, she was very active. And so that gave me some joy just to see her, like, okay, I have a healthy baby in here. Even though the other one is no longer with us, I have a healthy baby. Everyone who knows me knows that I should have a little girl. So that's definitely what I wanted. Pink is my favorite color. Yes, pink is my favorite color. I love glamour. I love glitz. I love dressing little girls up. I love the whole thing about girls. So I had my boy. And I was even on Team Tracy for him to get his boy. I had my boy, but now I wanted my girl. And so we decided the first time around we wanted to have a gender reveal, but we decided against it. And this time, I definitely wanted to have it, but of course we're in a pandemic. So everything looks different. Everything looks really different. So what we did was we ended up getting the envelope, giving it to my cousin, and I gave my cousin and my niece full reins to come up with the surprise. What we really wanted to do was just find out the gender of the baby with our immediate family so we could all find out together. So the gender reveal was perfect. It was perfect. It was beautiful. It was outside. People who were not socially distancing together could stay 6 feet away. My niece and my cousin did a great job. So another COVID event that we had to have was our baby shower. I was over it. I was done. I was like, I don't even want to have a baby shower. I don't want to plan it. I don't want to do anything. And thanks to my cousin, she convinced me otherwise. I was on the fence about doing a Zoom one. I really didn't want to do that. But I was like, okay, I'll do that. I'll do the Zoom one and just have like a quick hour baby shower. And she said, no, this is your girl. You have to do something. So she hosted it at her house, and she has an event planning company. And so she did all of the decorations, the tables, everything. And it was so beautiful. I had a nice dress that matched the theme, which was butterflies. And there was butterflies everywhere. Butterflies in my hair, my earrings, all over the tables, all over the backdrops, all over the sweet table. It was beautiful. It was totally beautiful. And I was so happy that I was able to spend that time with my family. We did have a cap on how many guests we could have there due to COVID. So all the tables were spread out. And I did have a Zoom portion for those who couldn't be there physically. So I did have a Zoom portion just so everyone could like walk in with me. And since I hadn't seen any of the decorations, everybody kind of found out with me what everything looked like. And I was able to talk to some of my friends. And so we had a really great time. Since everybody wants to talk about my spit cup, let's talk about it. That has been the worst part of this entire pregnancy for me, is walking around with this bad boy. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this in some of our other uploads, and you probably thought I was drinking water, having a water break. That's how I like it. Anyone who is not privy to what this is, which I tried to make sure very few people were privy to what it is, they just thought, I'm just sipping, but in all actuality, I'm spitting. I have been spitting for 9 months. Overactive salivary glands where my mouth just fills up with spit. There's nothing I can do about it, and I can't swallow it because it will make me violently ill. So all day, every day, I'm with this cup. I cannot wait to toss it. If I could burn it, I would. I thought everybody was supportive, but as you can see in the beginning of the video, people had issues. This time around, I do have a doula. If you guys are not familiar, Jasmine, who is a co-creator of Mind Mayhem, she is now a doula. And her doula company is called Mai to Mai Doula. So go ahead and follow her on Instagram. And she does postpartum doula services. And so I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to have a little more help. Everything has been 100 times harder because I have a toddler running around, to be quite frank. Like, the first time around, I was able to sleep. I was able to do my thing. I was going through morning sickness and all that, but the only person I had to really think about was myself and what I was going through. But every day, he gets up early in the morning, and I have to get up too, and I have to get him together, and I have to deal with him. Overall, now I'm in definitely the uncomfortable stage, so it's harder for me to sleep. It's harder for me to do anything. Some days my stomach feels so heavy that I can't even move, but I have been more active this pregnancy. I spent a lot of time at Venice Beach with my mom and my aunt early on in the pregnancy walking. We walked at our local parks or at Venice Beach almost every day. And then my mom purchased me a prenatal yoga tape, which you guys have already seen. If you haven't already, check out Prenatal Yoga Benefits. It's a video that we did not too long ago where the girls came and did my yoga with me. So I've been doing stuff like that, and I think it's been helping, but I'm ready now. I am ready. You see, I have my labor braids in. I had to get my labor braids. Rosie did my labor braids the last time around, and so it was only fitting that she hooked me up again. And since it's my girl, we did something different and added some pink in there. I got my knotless braids because I want nothing to do with my hair right now, period. So thank you so much for tuning in to my mayhem. Again, I'm Tuzday. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment below, and hit that notification bell so that you're always in the know every time we drop an upload. Thank you so much for tuning in. And the next time you'll see me, I will have a baby. Yeah, so make sure you follow us on Instagram for those updates. and have a great one. Until next time.